Manic Panic is a brand most people know for their hair dyes. But unbeknownst to a lot of people, they actually have an entire cosmetics line. And I'm a big lipstick person. I just got into lipstick this year and it's been a huge obsession. So I wanted to try their lipsticks. But when I look on YouTube, there really weren't a whole lot of videos out about their lipsticks, and the ones that were out there were only about a couple of colors, and they have 27 colors. So I was kind of discouraged about that, because it's really nice to know what you're getting when you're shopping online. A lot of times the color swatches they have really just aren't quite right, and it really helps to get a look at it in a video. I always look up videos when I'm shopping. So I thought, well, if nobody's made a video yet, why don't I make one? So here it is! Manic Panic. The lipsticks look like this. And it has Manic Panic NYC on the back. Or the front, I don't really know which side is which. But, this is really cool packaging in my opinion. I mean, they put rhinestones in the cap. It's pretty cool. But, even if you're put off by, like, the skull or whatever, there are some colors in this line that I think would still work for you. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some out there colors, but there are also some really wearable, like, pinks and reds. I think there's something here for everybody. So this first color is called Cobweb. And yeah, I know what you're thinking. What, a white lipstick? But it's actually very sheer. I'm not going to swatch it because you're really not going to be able to see it on my hand, but it's kind of like a purple nude color, you know? It has like a purple sheen to it. And I mean, I guess you could wear this on its own, but also this would be good for like layering on top of other colors. I think it looks pretty cool. So this is Cobweb. The next color is called Fleur de Mal. Sorry, I can't speak French. It's kind of just a cool tone pink, like so pink it's almost purple. It kind of reminds me of Saint Germain. I don't have Saint Germain to compare the two. Doesn't really suit me because I have red hair, you know what I mean? Just doesn't quite look right. But I think, you know, on somebody else, maybe this could look really great. Just not me, man. I'm probably gonna give that color away to somebody. But if Saint Germain is your kind of thing, next color is called Free Love. This is, I think, a really wearable light pink. It's a little bit warmer than Fleur de Mal. I think it's pretty wearable for a lot of people. Like, see, this one, I feel like it still doesn't look that great on me, but I could definitely pull this off way better than Fleur de Mal. Oh yeah, this next color is called Hot Hot Hot. I think you probably know what you're getting here. A very hot pink color. Very hot pink. Kind of reminds me of Candy Yum Yum. Again, I don't have Candy Yum Yum to compare them, but this is definitely bright. So if you like that kind of color, you probably like this. This one is a lot more matte than the other two. Like, I'm having a hard time putting it on. So that's Hot Hot Hot. Maybe not as neon as Candy Yum Yum when it's actually on the lips. But it's still a really pretty color. Hot, hot, hot. It was really hard to get that one on and really hard to get that one off. Okay, so this next one is called Madagogo. This is another warm kind of light pink. This is a little darker than Free Love, and it's definitely warmer as well. It's almost verging on coral. Okay, so this one is definitely not super matte. Has more of a sheen to it. But it's very pretty if you like that kind of corally lip. So this next one is called Cleo Rose. This is like a straight up magenta, pretty much. And they have 3 lipsticks that are named after people. This is one of them. When you order these, they come with a postcard with the person in question. This is Cleo Rose. And it has like a little blurb with some information about them, which is pretty cool. I mean, if they're gonna name one after a person, you may as well know who they are and why they named it after them. It's really easy to apply. Very pigmented as well. So that's Cleo Rose. It's a really pretty magenta color. The next one is called Blue Valentine. This is like a fuchsia, and you can kind of see in the light it has this kind of blue shine in it. Appropriate, considering the name. So that's Blue Valentine. The blue shine is not super apparent on the lips. It's there, but it's not like crazy out there. A color I have that's similar to this, I might actually have to go get it, but Revlon Wild Orchid kind of has the same pink with a blue shine going on, and the blue is almost more evident in that one. So this is Blue Valentine, and this is Wild Orchid by Revlon. It's kind of the same sort of thing. Let me swatch them so you can see. So this is Blue Valentine, this is Wild Orchid. You can kind of see the blue more with this one, I feel. It's a little bit hard to tell. So that's pretty much all the pinks they have. Now we're getting into some orangey red type territory. This one is called Tomato de Plenty, and it's, in real life, in the tube, it looks more tomato red. It's kind of showing up orange on camera, but that's kind of appropriate because on the lips it does look quite orange. If you're wondering, Tomato de Plenty is another one that's named after a person. Tomato de Plenty was the front man of the Screamers. So, that's pretty cool. When I heard that they named the lipstick after him, I was like, I have to get that, because I actually really like the Screamers. So as you can see, it looks pretty much straight up orange. Like, I don't know, maybe Morange by MAC? Mirage, I don't know how to say it. The next one is called Helen Wheels, and this is named after Helen Wheels. This is her. And the lipstick looks like this. And I feel like this is kind of a hard color to describe. I have a suspicion that they're kind of going for her hair color. If you compare the two, they're kind of similar. It kind of looks like my hair color a little bit. Well, this is a little bit more red, I guess. I would call this maybe a burnt sienna. It's not exactly orange or brown. It's kind of in between with a little bit of red in it. So I can't really decide how I feel about this color on me. I don't feel like I really like it. But this is interesting. It's definitely a unique color. I think if you don't have my color hair, you could probably pull this off a little bit better. Also, if you had a darker skin tone, like if you had warm toned skin, if you were maybe a little bit more tan, I think this would look really awesome. It would probably look awesome on darker skin as well. But for me, this just doesn't really work. I'm just way too pink for this. So this next color is Marilyn. And it is, of course, Marilyn Monroe inspired. It is a warm tone, bright red, but it is a classic color. And I'm sure it would be very flattering on a lot of people. This is definitely a classic movie star red, so if you're looking for that kind of pinup look, this is one for you. So this next color is called CS Red. I am not sure exactly what CS stands for. I want to say maybe it stands for classic, because this is definitely a beautiful classic looking red. I happen to think that this is a dead ringer for Ruby Woo. It's very easy to apply this. So really this is more my kind of red, just a true red rather than like an orangey red. And to compare, this is CS Red next to Ruby Woo. CS Red, Ruby Woo. CS Red, Ruby Woo. I really do think they're quite similar. It'd be nice to say they're dupes, but of course they're very close in price, so it's not like you'd be saving a lot of money by buying CS Red rather than Ruby Woo. But it's just a thought if you really like that color. On some of these color names, Manic Panic shows their kind of goth influences. This is Vampire Red, and it looks quite a bit darker than CS Red, but I don't remember it being so on the lips. It's a little bit darker, but not too much. It's not too dark. We're gonna get there eventually. But yeah, this is Vampire Red. I think this is really pretty. Again, it's not a matte. It's not super matte, so if you really like matte lipsticks, you might be disappointed by some of these colors. The next color is very similar, with a very similar name. It's called Vampire's Kiss. This is Vampire Red, and this is Vampire's Kiss. Vampire's Kiss is much more matte, so if you like matte reds, this is the one for you. It looks very matte on the lips, but I find that it actually applies pretty creamy, so that's nice. It doesn't feel super drying. You can definitely tell by now that my lips are pretty stained, and we've got a lot more to go. So this next color is called Blood Red. Yes, I know, there are a lot of reds. But you might find that this one is not quite as red as it looks. It definitely looks like a dark red in the tube. It looks pretty vampy, as a matter of fact. But I find that it looks a lot more pink-toned on the lip. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is still a red, but it just has, like, just the slightest hint of pink in it. This is the swatch of it. And it just looks way more pink than CS Red up here does. So this next color is called Kiss of Death, and it looks quite dark in the tube. It doesn't really come out this dark on the lips. And if you look closely at it, it has like tiny little micro sparkles in it. I really don't think it's gonna pick up on camera, but trust me, they're there. They're not like a big deal though. They're not like gritty. You can't actually feel them on your lips. So that's Kiss of Death. It really, you can't even tell that there's sparkles at all. I know a lot of these reds are starting to look samey, but if you kind of go back and forth, you might be able to tell the difference between some of them. Or maybe not. I don't know. I'll have to do that myself, to be honest with you. Not only my lips, but also my face is starting to get stained. This next color is called Black Rose, and it does look quite dark. So this is Black Rose. I think this is a really pretty vampy red color. So this next one is truly a dark red color. If none of the others were dark enough for you, and trust me, I've been there, this one should be. It's called Daughter of Darkness, sorry. It looks pretty much black in the tube, but it is basically a dark burgundy on the lips. So this is Daughter of Darkness, and it is truly pretty dark. So if you want dark, you got dark. So now that we're done with the reds and my lips are thoroughly stained, we have a lot of purples to get to, but before we do that, we got a couple of weird colors. This first one is called Green Envy. And if you couldn't guess from the name, it is indeed a green lipstick. So this is Green Envy. I know, it's pretty crazy. I can only think of a couple of uses for a green lipstick. Halloween, costume party, cosplay, Poison Ivy cosplay, and maybe St. Patrick's Day. And that's about it. Or maybe you just like green, or crazy colors. But if you want it, here it is, Green Envy. Envy this. This next color is called After Midnight. And yes, it is a gorgeous blue color. So this is After Midnight on the lips. It wears pretty much like Green Envy. It goes on like Green Envy. It's very sheer. You really have to go over it a lot to get the color to build. And that's really my main beef with these colors. That to me, if I'm gonna wear a crazy color like a green or a blue, I want it to be opaque. I want it to completely cover the color of my lips. And these don't really do that. So if you're looking for really opaque green or blue, I might skip these. But if you're okay with it being a little bit sheer, these will work great for you. I think the metallic finish is really pretty. I just wish the color was there a little bit more. So now we're getting into the purples. This first one is called Electric Amethyst. And it is a purple, which to me leans kind of blue. It has kind of a periwinkle look to it. So this is Electric Amethyst on the lips. I think it's a pretty color. I don't think it goes that well with my hair. I'm sure it would work for a lot of you. This color is called Plum Passion. And this is a very pretty kind of pink plum color. It does look kind of pinkish on the lips. So this is Plum Passion. This one, like some of the others, is kind of sheer, and you do have to sort of go over it if you want the color build. But it is really pretty, and it's very wearable. It seems kind of intimidating in the packaging, but it looks really nice. So I definitely recommend this one. This next one is called Mystic Heather, and it is pretty much a straight up true purple lipstick, like a matte purple. So this is Mystic Heather on the lips. There's no shine, no sparkle, nothing. It's just straight up purple in your face. So this next one is called Tramp. And again, this one looks black in the tube. But this is really more of like a dark reddish purple. Can't decide if it's a reddish purple or like a purplish red. But anyway, this is Tramp on the lips. I think this one is beautiful. I really like dark colored lipsticks. That's one of the reasons I was attracted to this line in the first place. This next color is called Deadly Nightshade, and this is much more of a true dark purple than the other one. Again, it looks black in the tube, but it is a dark, dark, dark purple. As you can see, this is Deadly Nightshade, and it almost looks black on the lips. If you wanted to, you could blot it out, probably. For it a little bit lighter. But it's still gonna be pretty dark, no matter what. This next one is an interesting, unusual color. It's called Hell's Bells. And it is like a gray gunmetal silver lipstick, which I thought was so interesting. I'd never seen anything like this anywhere else. So this is Hell's Bells on the lips. And I think, unlike some of the others where the sheerness didn't really work, I think the fact that this one is kind of sheer actually helps. Because the fact that you can see your actual lip color through the lipstick kind of makes it a little bit more wearable. And it gives it an interesting effect. I'm not really sure why you would need a gunmetal silver lipstick. I'm picturing like some kind of steampunk costume thing, maybe? But it was just so unique that I thought, I kind of have to get that just to have it, you know? So that's Hell's Bells. I wonder if AC/DC gave them the rights to use that. So the last two are black lipsticks. Raven and Nosferatu. And Raven, like, kind of came out really weird. I don't know, it was like this when I got it, but it's like super long and kind of messed up. So I guess they must have had some kind of accident in the factory. I don't exactly know what went down there. This is Raven, and this is Nosferatu. So as you can see, they're both black. And unless you wear black lipstick like a whole lot, you probably don't need more than one. And even if you do wear black lipstick a lot, you'd probably end up preferring one over the other anyway. So the question is, one, how are they different from each other? And two, which one is better? Well, let's find out. So this is Raven. It's really shiny and not quite opaque on the lips. I don't know if you can see that. You can kind of see the pink of my lips through it. So this, in comparison, is Nosferatu on the lips. And that just went on so opaque without me really having to try at all. It's crazy. Gotta get out my glasses for this. Badass. So as for the question of which one is better, I guess it really comes down to personal taste. For me, I definitely prefer Nosferatu, just because it is so opaque and intense, and again, if I'm gonna wear a black lipstick, I want it to be opaque and intense. Whereas Raven is just... it's just not enough, you know? If I'm gonna wear a black lipstick, I don't want to half-ass it. But, this one is, I don't know, a little bit more matte than Raven. I mean, it's not completely matte. There's like a dull sheen to it. But it's more matte than Raven is. And personally, I don't want a black lipstick to be super shiny. But if you do, then I would go with Raven. You know, I really think it's a matter of just personal taste. What do you want in a black lipstick? So I finally got through them all. I really hope this video was helpful for you if you're interested in Manic Panic. Or if you've never heard of their lipsticks before, hopefully you saw some colors that you like. Thank you so much for sitting through this. It's been quite an adventure. And I will see you later. Bye!